Alright, we should be good. We should be live. I'm going to make sure everything is good to go on my end here. Looks to be okay. Let's see if I can see a picture here. As usual, it always takes me a good amount of time to figure all this stuff out, so bear with me here. We're going to make it work. Figure it all out. And I'm live. Beauteous Maximus. Alright, well. What's going on, everybody? I hope you all are having a blessed and wonderful evening. Today we are going to be talking about alternatives to the Sony X95K. I know it might seem like I'm just bashing them haphazardly and not trying to give it a fair shake, so I also wanted to give you guys options. Additionally, in this live stream, we're going to be covering the standing of the Sony X95K versus the entire consumer market. And without any further ado and waiting, I want to thank all of you guys for showing up tonight. And we're going to start by answering some questions and just kind of saying hey to everybody. So we have Sand Elemental. What's going on, brother? We've got Timothy Swan. Hi, thanks for stopping by, man. Timothy Swan says, hopefully the QN85B is a good alternative. Haha. Well, you never know. I actually haven't seen that one, so I don't know yet. We've got Craig. You said hi. What's going on? And as time goes on, everybody's just going to come in. So, hi to, I'm going to mess your name up. Sheersy? Is that how you say that? Sheersy29? What's going on, man? We've got Michael. What's up? What's up? What's going on? De Jesus. We've got the Red Hood. You said yo, yo. I mean, everybody, thank you for stopping by tonight. And like clockwork, I swear to God, it's like I was fine all day. It's because it knows I'm streaming, my cough just starts flaring up again. It's so stupid, but it is what it is. So now I want to kind of start this stream off with talking about some decent alternatives to the Sony X95K. So when you talk about LED and, you know, the current market, I think right now your best options, one of them right there behind me, the Hisense U8G. Now, I know I've been talking about this TV for the better part of what feels like a year, but I don't know, it's pretty much one of the better ones out there. Black levels, brightness, pretty much every box you could check it hits for the most part. Now, again, it's not going to give you viewing angles, so that's where you want to start looking at maybe the OLED route, which leads me to the C1. Awesome alternative, whether you go 65 inches, you know, 77 inch if you want to go that route, 55. The sky's the limit, really, right? I like the C1 a lot. It's a really versatile set, down even to like 48 inches. I know the new C2 this year. That's another awesome alternative. Now, to be very clear about the C2, it's not the most recommended because I feel as though they definitely took a step backwards as far as that motion goes, and it's just a little bit more on the not so great side with artifacts and things like that, like I've shown in the review. But at the same time, I feel as though the LG C1 and the G2 are very similar too as far as picture quality, so it could go either way. So far we have the Hisense UHG, the LG C1, and the LG C2. Now, if you are on a budget right now, I don't think there is a better TV right now. Like, let's say you've only got like 500, 499 bucks knocking around. That's all you got to spend. Get the TCL S546. It's still the best right now for that budget category, and I haven't seen anything touch it. Like, I've been reviewing all these TVs so far, and I'm just kind of sitting here like underwhelmed, if you will, because I'm just finding that, I don't know, it's the curse of every year. I don't know why I do this to myself. Every year I expect it to be different, but it really isn't. So far we've got like 4 alternatives to the Sony X95K. I would then say from there we could go the route of, I mean, maybe if you're okay with Black Crush, the TCL R646, because that does have a Black Crush problem, but the black levels are very deep in their own right, so it's a weird thing. Now, the reason I'm not recommending the Samsung QN90B, I know some people are probably going to ask that. I did not like that television, as you guys probably saw in the review. The blooming was just legendary. It's just as bad as the QN90A. Now, as far as the S95B, the reason I'm not recommending the S95B as an alternative to the X95K is because they're not really very equivalent, if I'm being honest with you. But at the same time, it's hard because the 65-inch will run you almost $3,000, and so the 65-inch for the S95B is almost $6,000, or almost $3,000. So they're both around the $3,000 price point. I guess I could recommend it, but the reason I'm not is because as cliche and as much of a cop-out as it's going to sound with the price point of this TV, everyone has kind of told me that, like, they don't want either A, burn-in, for that price, or B, it's too expensive. And which confuses me when we talk about the A95K, because it's the same price more or less, give or take like $200. But for some people, that $200 makes a huge difference. So, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things like, I mean, and again, I'm not rich, so yeah, I totally get it, especially nowadays. But it's one of those things where it's just kind of like, your options aren't very great. Now, what I personally did, for anybody kind of like, hey Q, what would you personally do? I would go the route of the Sony, or rather, not the Sony, the LG C1 if you wanted like a versatile, like all-around television. Because the S95B, while fantastic, does struggle for sports. Now, this doesn't affect me because I don't really watch sports, I don't really care or have the time to. But at the same token, I know that's very important to some people. So you got to kind of pick your battles and your poison, if you will. And with that, hopefully that helps a little bit. I'm going to dive in and try to answer some of these questions here. We've got Craig, you said, will TCL and Hisense pass Sony in a few years? They've actually passed them today, right now. I think the Hisense U8G will continue to dominate Sony on the market. I feel like now that they're going the route of OLED, OLED for them is everything. They're putting all of their finances, all of their bets and hopes and dreams for, you know, scaling their business into the OLED market. And I feel as though that level of dedication comes at a cost to LED production, because they're not dedicating the resources they were into creating blooming free televisions or trying to compete against OLED back when LG held the market share back in 2017. Now it's a whole new market, and what they want instead is for you to buy into this XR cognitive processor and the XR Contrast Pro or whatever they come up with next. It's the dramatic stuff that they like to do, and we've seen it with the X90K now and the X95K. They're two biggest LED models right now, and I don't see it changing. I don't see Sony having a change of heart because Quantum TV says, hey, I noticed that you have blooming and it's really bad. You're getting beaten by Hisense that has 360 zones of full array local dimming, and you promised us that you had thousands of local dimming zones. That's the purpose of mini LED clustered together. But your TV doesn't look like it has thousands of zones, so what happened kind of thing, right? I mean, because if you read the description that I put up in my video today, they're talking about thousands of zones, like thousands of LEDs, I should say, not zones, thousands of LEDs. But even still, that should produce something more than what we saw. And we don't have that. And for me, it's so affecting because it's like, I can only keep saying the same thing, you know what I mean? Like over and over again, like, hey guys, like your TV is bad. And it's bad because X, Y, and Z. So that's kind of my thing there. But, c'est la vie. So hopefully that answers that question. What's going on, Powell? I want to give a shout out to Powell right now. I hope I said your name right. If I didn't, please forgive me. I'm not very good at names. But I want to give a huge shout out to Powell. He's been really active on the Discord, showing the love, having all kinds of awesome conversations with Anonymous, Handycart, and the rest of everybody. I mean, just been absolutely a joy. And I also want to give a shout out to Mrs. Q, who is giving me a wonderful treat here for my throat, which is this nice cup of tea, followed by a kiss. You gotta love it. Married life is something, if you haven't done it, do it. It's worth it. This tea, I know it's about to be heavenly. It smells so damn good. It's like herby and rich. My wife always buys these like exotic teas. I don't even know which one I'm drinking now. Oh yeah, that's a fucking tea right there. That shit tastes expensive. Like, you ever taste a tea and you're like, this shit tastes like a really expensive tea. It's what it tastes. I don't know how much it costs. I really don't. When it comes to food, that's the one thing. Like, I'm not rich, but I don't care what it costs. I'll never look at the bill. And sound off below if you're like that. Like, when it comes to food, like, I'll pay any amount. I don't care. No, I'm like the guy from Jurassic Park. I spare no expense. When it comes to food, that's me all day, every day. Bro, I love me some food, right? And this tea, bro, like, I don't know where she got this, but this shit is great. That's a damn good tea. Like, now I just want to kind of like hang out, chill. I don't even want to go on with the live stream now. I just want to chill now. That's how you know the tea is good. It's euphoric. But don't worry, we're gonna continue on. But I will be sipping this good ass tea the whole time, though. Okay, so we've got some more questions coming in from you guys. We've got love my LG C1. I have two. Nice. Very nice. We got some thumbs up. We go, I'm happy with my U8G. Same here. It's a piece of a TV. Love my 65-inch LG C1. Same, definitely. Well, I don't have the 65-inch or nothing. I've got the 55er. That's just my speed, though. I kind of like 55 inches. That's just my like sweet spot for like how I like to sit distance-wise. So that's me, though. But yeah, great TV. Will you be doing a best HDR setting for the U8G? I mean, I can try. Let's say that. And the reason I say I can try is because it's really difficult to get HDR to the point I can get SDR, because SDR is universal, has been for over 30 years, right? You look at SDR, everybody knows what you're talking about. There's not like 4 or 5 different standards, and everybody's not trying to create a look, and that's what I hate about, HDR. Everybody wants to be artistic. It's like, none of that trash. Like, I don't need you to go with a PQ curve or a Dolby Vision curve. Just pick something. Everybody uniformly pick something. That way we have one size that fits all kind of thing, So I can, but don't sign me up for it just yet. I'd have to see, because, I know I have some settings for HDR now, and to get that to another level would be pretty difficult given the nature of how HDR is. But you can try my Hisense H9G settings, because I have heard that people who have had my U8G settings, or rather who have the U8G and tried the H9G settings, have had wonderful results. Okay, massive shout out to Enoch, who bears the #1 brand and honesty badge. My guy has been here for over 24 months. I see you, big dog. Shout out. You said, what's good, Quantum? After watching the review on the Sony, or rather on the X95K, it has disappointed me with the blooming, and you're not the only one. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. I really had my hopes up for this damn thing to be a champion, and then it gets here, and then it's trash. And you ever hit that denial phase when you open up a TV, and you're just like, no, this can't be. Like, you ever seen that Boondocks clip with Uncle Ruckus, and he's just like, oh no, that can't be. Like, that's how I feel when I open that shit up, and I'm like, there's no freaking way they did this for $3,000, dude. Like, dude, $3,000 damn near. Like, and you can't give me black levels that beat my Hisense U8G. Like, get fucked. Like, pardon my French, but like, come on. Like, why? Bro, like, I don't know if any of you guys are on TikTok, but like, they got me like feeling like that TikTok audio that's like, you did this for what? And they're like, but why not? But for what though? Like, that's how I feel right now, bro. Like, why? I'm so salty about it. I really am. Like, I'm mad about it, because I waited a year. Like, do you know how long a year is to wait anticipating something? We're talking about it on Discord. We're all like hyping. We're hyping ourselves up, really, talking about master backlight drive hasn't been introduced since the Z9D. Oh, man, it's going to be, oh, man, we're ready. And then they hit us with this weak-ass local dimming on this 65-inch, and I'm sitting here like, nobody's about to pay you $4,000 to like $6,000 for this stupid TV. Like, that's not about to happen if you're suggesting that I need to pay that to get the real deal. And they kind of like to do that. Like, I remember when they came out with their X wide angle, they were doing that trash back then, too, where it was like 55-inch, oh, you're peasant. You must buy the big screen. It's like, not everybody has A, space for a big screen, or B, wants a big screen. And I fit into that category of person. I don't like big screens. They're so annoying to move around. Like a 75-inch for me, when I was reviewing the, Hisense's U8G? No, what is it? U9DG. That's the one. The U9DG. It was a pain in the ass to review. And the thing is, when you literally are a one-man show, it is hard to lift those things by yourself. Now, let's be very clear. When I say I'm a one-man army or one-man show, I am referring to the fact that I am the only guy behind the camera. I'm the only guy operating audio and OBS, and I don't have a team, right? And, well, all right, so I have my wife, right? She's my support. Okay, but we're not like a corporate conglomerate group of greased up guys in a suit dictating what we're gonna do next. It's not what it is around here. We're independent, and we report independently on products. That's just what we do, right? And so it's always a challenge, not only from funding but also from like the day-to-day stuff. So it's always hard because like when I say these things like, oh, I'm a one-man show and I do this stuff and I don't like reviewing 75-inch TVs. There's always people that like go, but why? 75 inches is super popular. It's like, that's great, man. If you wanna help me out with that, man, and you wanna do the heavy lifting, go for it. But I ain't doing it, man. And for you guys that have been watching me long enough, you kind of know why I don't like to lift heavy things and things like that. So I try to be mindful of health and all that. So that's one of those things. We've got, would it be safe to say the X95K cannot be fixed with settings? I would say so. Like, I got to a point, like, I was calibrating it, had the instruments hooked up. I'm sitting there, Kalman software. I'm like, okay, we got it to D65. Anybody could do that. Boring. Okay, let's go beyond. So I tried going beyond, and I constantly kept seeing this haze on the image. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, everything I looked at was hazy. And now it starts to get to a point where it's like a local dimming thing. And so all the local dimming looks like garbage. And I'm just kind of like, I can't create beautiful black levels on gray haze. And then that washes out the color. But then Sony this year likes to give you this like really washed out color paletry. So there's not really much you could do then, right? Because you can't make more color than what the TV is capable of. And that's the problem. Like, I can't make a turd shine, you know? And that's really where I was. And it might sound harsh and mean, but hazy TVs don't generally look good in most environments. That's why people don't like projectors, because they have a hazy look to them most of the time. So it kind of, if I'm being real with you, kind of now that I'm saying it out loud, like it kind of reminds me a lot of a projector. Like how blurry it was, like it was not very sharp. Even my wife was like, this is a blurry ass TV. What the hell is this? It was like really blurry. Now, again, let's just say every year, Quantum is the one and only TV reviewer that's unlucky. The one and only TV reviewer that always finds these flaws and nobody else sees them. I'm the only one that sees them. Let's argue that for a second. Can we still beg to reason that, like, it can't be a coincidence that every single time I run into Blooming that there's always somebody that pops up and goes, that's not there. You made it up. It's manipulated. And when you prove it and you go back improving things, they constantly come up with new talking points. We've seen it time and time again. And so I just shut it down real quick. I'm like, listen, it's a crap TV. You want it, go buy it. I wish you all the best, man. I'm not going to argue with you. It's your money. I'm just giving you the facts. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to cut your your gangrene off by the ankle, and that's just kind of what the X95K felt like. And the X90K. I was really annoyed with the X90K. I was hoping so much that Sony would, I don't know. I got to stop hoping that Sony will deliver. I really do. But yeah, I would say it's safe to say that, man. Would it be, I already answered that. Any foreseeable deals on the Samsung S95B coming up? Not coming up, but I definitely know for a fact Black Friday or shortly after, they're definitely going to lower. And I'm going to say the price point is going to go down to, it's $21.99. They have a history of going down to $18.99 and $17.99. Those are usually the price points. And I'm leaning more towards $17.99, closer to the end of its lifespan. So that's usually what we see at that price point tier. Hey, quick question. I have the Sony A8H. What would be the C1 upgrade? Or, I'm sorry, what would be the C1? I'm sorry, wait, what? I have the Sony A8H. What would be the C1? Wait, what would the C1 be an upgrade? I think you're asking if it would be an upgrade. I'm just going to go with that. And compared to the A8H, yes, it would be a bit of an upgrade. Because obviously it does a lot. It does a lot. But the A8H isn't terrible as far as what it offers. And it's definitely better than the J series that followed it. Which, like, honestly, never buy a J series if you can get your hands on an A8H. Like, I don't get why people buy the A80J. Like, just get the A8H. It's the same thing. Like, I was reviewing it like that, more or less. It's really the same thing. It's very similar. So, that's what I would say there. Handy Cart, what's going on, man? You said yo, and I say yo back. We've got cool, it's pronounced Pavel. Thank you, because I had no idea how you say that. I see the W, and I just say Powell. Us Americans, am I right? All right, so we've got, and yeah, I love your community. I appreciate that, Pavel. Or Pavel. I hope I'm saying that right. I feel like there's supposed to be an accent that goes along with Pavel, but Pavel, I'm gonna mess your name up, and you're gonna look at me like this guy, not an ounce of culture in his body. I apologize for that, man. All right, so we've got is it worth it, or it really is worth it. We've got facts, bro. Fiji water's gonna be angry at you. Hey, they can be angry all they want, you know. I'm rocking that tea.
No, see, because I want my sponsor.
Yeah, my wife. We can't see you. Oh, I'm supposed to take this. Oh, okay, this is a cue. If you ever wondered how serious we are about Fiji, like
I said what I said.
she said, I said what I said. I love it. I fucking love it. Legit though, like that's, you know, Fiji can be mad, but I'm still gonna drink it either way. But I'm not gonna lie though, I swear, bro, if Fiji came to me and they were like, Quantum, we like you. We want to sponsor you. All you got to do on all your videos is hold up Fiji. I'll be like, bitch, I've been buying Fiji exclusively for years. That is not a hard task, and I get it for free. Like, see, those are the kind of sponsorships I want. Like, could you imagine if, like, Shell or, like, you know, I don't know, whatever gas station you have near you comes up to you and they're like, hey, buddy, all you've got to do is rep our logo, and we've got you. You know what I mean? That'd be great, because now you get free fucking gas, and all you got to do is what you've been doing. See, that kind of stuff makes sense. What I have a problem with, though, is like what we've seen, and I'm gonna have to do this for a second. And listen, it's gonna sound like a dick thing, okay? I get it. I get it. I am a viewer too, and I watch other people. Nobody cares about drama and bullshit. But when I watch other YouTubers, because I'm still in the AV community and I can see your videos too, right? And it's annoying for me. I watch this like thing of all these new startup channels circle jerking, and they rally together, almost like ants trying to become stronger together. Like, it's the weirdest thing. Like, where they'll, you know, band together in the form of a live stream, and they'll invite all their little buddies to go do these weird live streams, and they'll push a single narrative all the time of marketing one particular thing. And of course, they all agree with each other. There's not like any disagreements amongst them. Isn't that convenient? And it's kind of like they create this general narrative. And I've had it happen where over the last couple of weeks, I had a couple of comments. Of course, they get banned immediately. I don't have patience for that bullshit. Go watch them if you like them so much, right? The thing is, though, when people come on and they're like, I see that I was watching Be the Installer and FOMO and they said this. And I'm like, so they said that. And your point is, I said this. And the thing for me is like, when I watch people and they have like conversations amongst themselves, and it's kind of like it's like monotone, right? It's like Sony every year that I'm noticing that they talk about it is always like a good thing. Nobody wants to point out blooming. And when we do see people like Spare Change talk about blooming, it's always like minor issues. You'll never run into it. It's like, stop lying, dude. Stop. Like, people can see that. Like, you can test it. It's not hard to test, right? Like, put up subtitles. Oh, wait, Spare Change did that in his video and ran into blooming. And then immediately was like, oh, but it's not really a problem, so just buy it anyway. Like, who could have thought? Who could have saw that coming? Like, that's the shit that I don't like. It's like, dude, if you see it, don't say it's not a problem. Look at them and say, hey, listen, Sony, I like what you're doing, your direction, if that's what you like. Okay, not me, you. Okay, and then say, hey, maybe fix this blooming shit, because come on, man, like, you're charging, that's a lot of money you're charging. Maybe fix it. And so that's my thing. Like, I don't have patience for that kind of thing. But again, to each their own, I suppose. And again, I always have to put these guys not on blast, but like kind of like on notice. Like, dude, like everybody sees you too. Like, just tell the truth. Like, it's not hard. Like, if I've got to be the only guy out here willing to do this shit at a loss, then I'll do it. Because let's be real. Let's be 100% real. You don't make money doing this shit. Not a lot. Okay, being honest, sponsors don't want you. Let's be real. Who would you rather? Would you rather the group of organized, everyday husbands and dads and friends and whoever's neighbors next door, just regular dudes picking up cameras and joining together to create influence for themselves by marketing products, by sitting in a retail store named Value Electronics, right? All pushing one narrative? Or would you rather somebody that's honest and will show all the flaws to your consumers? That's not an attractive offer. You think I know that? But fortunately, I don't have to care because I'm unbiased, unsponsored, and unfiltered because of you, the viewers. I don't have to sell out. I have members. We're funded in other ways. And that's the beautiful thing. It's called independence, right? Now we can really do real reviews versus marketing pieces. I hate the marketing stuff, right? And I never do it. I don't sell out and all that good stuff. So it's one of those things where it's like, I get why they're doing it. A lot of people do it for clout and for clicks, and they can claim that they don't see these problems. And I record these TVs too, guys. Like, I see the ISO tricks. I know exactly who's playing the ISO tricks. Could do a whole video about it. There's no point. Because at the end of the day, you're never going to win with people that already kind of perceive that they're right. You know what I mean? And like, you're wrong and you're the bad guy for it. So I get that, but at the same time, I just kind of wanted to point that out because I do see those comments, and I know you guys see them too. And maybe you run into these videos on like Spare Change and all these people, and they're like, I don't have any problems with blooming, man. I don't know what that guy's talking about over there. It's like, buy it. Buy it. No, absolutely. Everything Quantum said is fake. All the real-time tests and open door tests that I show, also fake. They don't really do much of those, especially when we talk about brightness tests. I have people still coming on saying that the S95B can't hold 1400 nits, that I made that up. I don't know how I make up real-time numbers. But you guys know what a smear campaign is when you see one. And that's what it is, man. I don't know. It's always been this way with me. Like, because I guess I'm the truther. I'm the guy that comes out and I talk against the status quo. I know you get more bees with honey. I bring bug spray. I mean, fuck it. What am I going to do? I'm not going to lie, bro. I, as a person, would feel so shitty if every day I got on my platform, I'm like, hey, 66,000 subscribers. Today, I want to lie to you because I want to dupe you and make you feel good at your expense. And I want you to buy from this blue affiliate link. Also, my boys over here, we got a thing going. We got this podcast. We got this, yay, we're all, it's like you're getting jumped right now by every YouTuber that is just an everyday dad picking up a camera saying, hey, buy this because I need money. Like, it's a joke to me. It is. I if you can't tell, I do get a little amused by it. And people think that, like, sometimes this is me, like, attacking credibility of other people. It's not. Like, I would work with any of these people gladly, but there needs to be a conversation when things are fundamentally broken. Like, for example, I talked about the LG issues over the years, Sony issues, even Samsung, and I have all of their TVs. And I think this is kind of like, it speaks to a different truth, right? I'm the kind of guy that I'll give everybody a fair shake. Each year you start with a fresh slate. We wipe it clean. I don't care what you did last year. Doesn't matter to me. Boom, gone. You're a new person. Sell me. And I just sit there ready. Sell me. And every year Sony comes out with TVs like the Sony X95K. And then I'm the only one showing blooming. And then I always get angry people and then counter arguments. And it's frustrating because I want Sony to win again. I have the Sony X900E. Love it. A8G. Love it. It's a wrap. Who here remembers the W800B? Great TV. Wasn't great on black levels, but back then we didn't really have great black level TVs. So for the time period, it was great. And you guys get my point. So that's all that I'm kind of saying for the most part. You know what I mean? Shout out to Daniel G. Perez. Thank you for your donation of $5, brother. I was just texting you like a moment ago, and then I seen you in the chat, and I'm just like, oh shit, there's Daniel, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, man, it's good to hear from you, though. Hey, ask questions. I know you were asking about the Sony X80J, but X85J. But yeah, I don't really expect it to do much better than the 95K, but well, I don't know. It is what it is. But you guys get what I'm saying, man. Not to go on too much of a tangent or a rant, but that's kind of, it's just a conversation amongst friends, right? All right, so we've got bro, I lice in the I guess you meant I live in the UK. You said we and the Cheches went up again, so I lost the comment. It's like Thanos snapping every time I get a new comment. It's like, were you just reading that? Not anymore. So let's try to fix that. I'm going to try to find where that comment it's like lost in the void amongst all the comments. That's funny. I feel like I was just eating a cookie and it was just slapped out of my hand. Okay, there we go. I got it back. I got the cookie up off the floor, dusted off. A little dirt don't hurt, right? And I swear my cough knows. All right, shout out to Timothy. Thank you for your donation of $4.99. It really helps us out, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you a ton. I'm going to try to find that comment again. Let's see if we can find it. I'm digging. Oh no, I can't find it. Oh crap, it's dead. It's gone. It was something about the UK, and then living in the UK, and then like it just Thanos snapped out of my hand. Well, I got it again. Finally. Okay, let me read it quickly. We've got all the best teas. LOL. Yeah, I believe it, especially in the UK for sure. That whole region of the world. I feel like it's gonna be the dumbest thing, but I feel like Asia and like the UK. I feel like nobody's touching their teas. Like I really do. We've got Timothy Swan. You said, well, I bought the QN85B 85-inch, but it sucks. I'm going to the LG C2 77-inch. I'm really hoping Samsung is decent. And he said, I'm really hoping Samsung is decent simply because my wife likes vibrant colors. I'm really hoping Samsung is decent. I mean, Samsung is pretty good. I like Samsung. I think it's great as far as their OLED line and their older QLED line, but it's kind of hard with the stuff that I haven't seen. I haven't seen the QN85. Oh, okay. Well, I'll give those out. My wife is the most adorable. I swear to God. I mean, like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I keep streaming? I mean, I don't know. It's amazing. My wife is incredible. You'll see why in a second, and you'll see why I said it's adorable and cute. Leon Williams, thank you for your donation of $9.99. You said, I can care less what they think. You know your stuff, bro. Just keep doing your thing. Absolutely, man. And that's the thing, man. Listen, I understand very clearly that people are always going to have opinions in this world, and you know what? Power to them. But what I love is when we have people like Daniel G. Perez, Timothy Swan, and all of you guys watching right now showing the love, man. Like, it kind of proves our point. Like, we don't care about all that shit. Like, we're here to learn. And, like, I like that particularly this community learns to ask one question that I've asked my entire life. Why? Nobody looks at Quantum and just believes everything he says. And I like that. You guys don't look at me and go, all right, seems legit, and just blindly nod your head. No, you look at me and go, and why did you say that there's blooming? Why did you say this? I like that you guys will get the answers before making a decision. Because now, where most YouTubers have mindless sheep following them, you guys have seen a lot, right? People that just clap. They don't care what they are fed. They just want it, right? I have a community where I have intelligent people literally looking at me and going, I see how you've gotten there. Okay, based off of the hypotenuse of, yeah, we got there. You know, like you guys are just doing all kinds of like, you guys ever seen Death Note? I have a community filled with L. Okay, and it's great. A bunch of wonderful community members that are like L. You guys are like these detectives that will go and find the truth in the AV community. And like, yeah, I really appreciate that you guys are like that on your own. And having a community of that, I couldn't be more grateful. So thank you guys for that for sure. But now I'm going to show you guys why my wife is the most adorable. Okay, and shout out to a new member for 6 months. I'm going to mess your name up. Zaber. I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna get laughed at, but it's all right. Zaber Mirza. Thank you. I had an assist. It's cheating, but it'll work. I hope I said that right, man. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at names. I really am. You said Q is the best. I appreciate that, man, and thank you for being a member for 6 months, rocking out with the #1 brand in honesty, and just having a good time here on these live streams. And shout out to Pavel. I almost did it again, see? Shout out to Pavel for donating £5. I really appreciate that, man. I hope that is that symbol. Otherwise, I'm just really stupid and need to go back to school. But, no, I really appreciate you, man. Thank you for your donation. I love your your little emoji of, like, the mic drop. That's, like, the coolest freaking thing. Look at this little guy. Will it focus on that? Look at that. Look at that. So cool. Just a little bloop. So freaking cool. I love stuff like that. It's so fun and interactive. You guys really help make these streams a lot more fun with that. Sam, what's going on, man? Sam Hines, thank you for being a member for 7 months. You said, my daily driver is a Pioneer 5080 purchased in 2007. It's on the 10 plus hours, or it's on 10 plus hours a day, and the picture still amazes me. And that's beautiful, man. Like, I wish, like, life goals here, man. My goal is to not have to buy a television for a very long time and just sit back coasting on Easy Street. Like, haha, you guys have to pick from this garbage. I'm sitting here and I've been here for 7 years. Look at you like a badass. How cool is that? Well, no, that's a lot more than 7 years. Look at my dumbass. I read 2007 and just said 7 years. No, that's a long time, but you get what I'm saying. Like, shit, that's a very long time. And you're just sitting here coasting, man. I guarantee you there's there are some kids alive right now that are probably younger than your television. And that's incredible. Like, all of my TVs are new, more or less. Like, I don't have any, like, 10-year TVs. I'm kind of jealous now. I want one of those really, like, old school ones. Like, I remember back in the day, those old school Sonys. You guys know the ones. Man, those bitches were cool. And I'm really salty that I missed out on, like, the passive 3D from, like, LG. Yeah, I was like on my sad boy shit back then. I was kind of broke, so I didn't really have money to buy the most expensive passive LED or passive OLEDs back in, like, 2016. I wasn't like, aha, I'm Rockefeller, you know? So that was like, it was an L. It's all right. I'll take it. Now you guys get to see why I say my wife is super cute. She comes to me all adorable, right? And she goes, I don't have any more acorns, but I have these. And when I tell you, like, you ever seen those animes when like, the guy, like his whole face turns red and he goes, "Argh!" and, like, dies, right? Because, like, the chick just did something really incredibly adorable. So this is for, let's see, Pavel. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Look at how fucking adorable that is. And my wife sits here and she makes all these by hand for every single member, every single person that donates. It's incredible. Look at all of that. All you guys, man, shout out for showing the love tonight, man, for sure. Look at all that. It's crazy. And imagine just how adorable this is. My wife handed me these bunny sticky notes. Just, oh man, bro, like, look at how adorable that is. It's so cute, man. I don't know. I love family stuff like this, so don't mind me. All you guys right now, man, thank you for showing up tonight, showing the love. I got one that fell and risen. Look at that. We got Sam Hines. All you guys, bro, super cute, man. Absolutely love these things.
A 27-monther.
All right. She just comes and delivers another one. Look at that. I didn't even see this one, and I'm just getting them delivered as I'm just doing the stream. Look at that, man. 27 months, no kidding. Wow. You know, stuff like that really humbles me, you know, like, as a creator, because it's like, you know, I make these videos, and I really try to connect with you guys the best I can to really, like, just talk to you and help you the best I can, you know, from a consultant and a professional perspective, and really give it my knowledge, you know. And it's just like, wow, man, we've got, I don't know how to say it, Joe Ichim, I'm going to mess this up, Joe Chim. I'm always bad with names. And, you know, you've been a member for 27 months. You said, no bull, just honesty, always looking out for us. Thank you. And thank you guys. And, you know, Daniel G. Perez and, like, literally everyone, like, all of you guys, man. Daniel G. Perez is another one who's held the, 24-month badge. You're a 27-monther right there. We've got another one up in here, Enoch. I mean, you guys are just showing the love, man, and I really do truly appreciate it. I know, like, some people say that, like, as like I'm customer servicing, you know, like, I genuinely appreciate it, because you gotta understand, this channel's damn grassroots, okay? Like, could you imagine, like, you got Digital Trends, you got Rtings, you got, you know, all the cherry pick guys like HDTV Test getting favor from manufacturers, and you have to look as an independent and go, I've got to compete against all of you. And we've been able to do it for years. Because of all the support and all the love that you guys give us. And like, for me, that's just like, God, man, like, that's so wonderful, because now here we are, right? Here we are. You got so many people all over the course of all the years I've been on YouTube coming up with all kinds of crazy freaking accusations. He's stealing settings. He does this. He does that. And in the end of the day, we're just sitting here. We're all still doing our thing. We're talking, and we're just like, don't nobody care about that dumb shit you're talking about over there. Like, we're here to talk about TVs. If you've got some television talk, let's go. And it's great because, like, I really, like, you know, it's so much fun for me, man, to really get in and, like, you know, look at the subpixel structures, look at the input lag, and really test these TVs, you know. I still haven't produced a final review on the Sony X95K. That's coming. But you guys get what I'm saying. Like, I thank you guys for helping me with all that. Especially because 9 times out of 10, again, one of the many talking points of our trolls here, as you guys have known, Quantum returns every TV. The thing is, though, I don't, because you'll get banned and you can't buy anymore. So you really can't return everything. So I have to sit there for hours on Facebook Marketplace creating ads. It's a pain in the ass because you have to find people that aren't sketchy. You have to deal with hagglers a lot. Oh my God, everybody wants it for nothing, right? You'd be like, how much will you pay for it? And they're like, I mean, I couldn't do a dime over 300, man. And you're like, fuck, this is a $2,000 TV, man. What the fuck do you mean 300? He's like, that's what I got. Take it or leave it. Bloop. You know what I mean? Like, it's every time. So it's like, it's a constant battle, man. And I sell a lot of stuff at a loss, 9 times out of 10. Sucks, but it is the business, right? And it's just like, seeing you guys and your support and all that, I appreciate it, man, truly. So I want to get back in here and try to answer some of these questions while you guys have me here. And just continue to have fun with you guys. We've got Swan, go get the C1. The C2 isn't worth the extra $100. I can agree with that. Again, I feel like right now the C2 should only be purchased in the event that the C1 is no longer available. Then yeah, go for the C2, because if you missed your chance, it's still a good TV, but it's not great. It did take a slight downgrade in the motion, but it's not like, oh my God, it's an A90J bad. So it pick your poison kind of thing, I suppose. It made good enhancements in some areas, like clarity is pretty good. Brightness is all right, you know, it's a little improvement there, but nothing like ground shattering. You know, so if you missed a chance to get a C1, then go for the C2. But if the C1 is available in any aspect at all, in any country at all, and you can get it, do that instead, because that's how you win for sure. We've got Q like Thanos now. You said with how much Q like Thanos now. With how much did it cost X95K? I don't get it. I'm lost. Over. Oh, see, my wife gets this stuff better than I do. You guys don't understand. Sometimes I'm a real space cadet. I'm somewhere else, right? My wife has to look at me like, bro, the joke is right there in front of you. You ever seen Mulan, right, with Mushu? He was 3 feet in front of you. How did you miss? And, you know, that's me sometimes. Yeah, it happens. That joke, way over the head, just there. So, yeah. But I get what you mean. How much did it cost everything? I got it. That makes sense. It's funny. See, now I'm a part of the joke. Yay. Thank you for the wife assist. We've got, can you do a sports setting for the U8G? I think I already did. I want to say that I've already done that. Most of my settings, like, for example, let's say I do cinema settings, PS5. 9 times out of 10, you can take those settings and apply them to another picture preset. They're usually uniform across all of the picture presets. The only ones that are not are the ones like HDR based, or like where I'm doing something experimental with HLG, or the ones where, again, like they're super like feedback based, where it's like, hey Quantum, I noticed that you like maybe warmer tones, I want this one to be cooler, or maybe I need something for broadcast, like very specific things like that. That's where we have like, you know, some issues. But usually when I make settings and they're like the standard setting, just take those settings and apply them into your sports mode, and you should be good for the most part, 9 times out of 10. I want to say that I did do sports settings. I got to look in the playlist. I'm pretty sure I did, though. We've got, it cost everything. His dream crushed. Pablo, I can see like this whole narration. His dream crushed. Aspirations gone. Everything. Yep, that's kind of how it went, though. It is. Well, no, I shouldn't say that, right? Because I do have the Samsung S95B, and if I stuck with my original plan and bought the Sony X95K and didn't try the S95B first, I would have been pretty pissed. Like, even more than I already am. I'd been, like, really mad about it, because I was looking forward to it, like, to replace something, and then that happens, oh my God, I would not have handled that well. I'd have been very livid. Now, I'm just kind of sitting here like, that sucks. Wow, Sony, wow, way to treat me like that. Treat everybody like this. I mean, the consumer market as we know it is so competitive. The C1, the U8G, TCL, S546. Next month, mini LED Hisense, mini LED TCLs. Budget options out the ass keep coming up. OLED's more affordable than they've ever been. And you want $3,000, wait for it, for a Bloomtastic mini LED experience just because you said mini LED and master backlight drive and you slap Sony's logo on it? Like, that's not enough, man. Like, oh man, that just, yeah, it would have definitely sucked for sure. Black Crushed. We've got Troy. What's going on? You said you're totally brutally honest for them. Q. You said they can't buy you and they hate you, and they hate it. But also they do hate me. But yes, I definitely know that they hate it indeed, and there is absolutely nothing they can do about it because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna be here being honest. So it's gonna be tough for them. But yeah. We've got Joshua, what's going on? You said, hey, brother, love the content. Keep doing what you're doing 100%. I appreciate that, man. Will do. We've got, what's up, Q? How are you, brother? I can't complain. I'm hanging out. I'm excited to hang out with the family after this live stream. Just relax, maybe watch a movie. I don't know, go hang out, live some life, you know? The good stuff, right? So I can't complain. How about you, man? We've got Craig. You said, why do some TV companies require such calibration out of the box? Shouldn't they already be mostly calibrated? It's like buying a car that hasn't had a tune-up. And that is entirely correct. But I suspect that TV manufacturers have to do that. Because I feel like if they were to sit there and fine-tune everything to a T, A, it would be very hard for them to sell their next television, right? And B, it'd be very difficult for them to constantly like deny when something is really bad. And so they try to add these like calibrated modes, like movie mode or filmmaker mode. And I'm telling you right now, every TV I've ever seen it on is dog crap. Terrible. Terrible. And I say to myself the whole time, I'm like, how much you want to bet filmmaker mode is like paying off these television manufacturers? Because all filmmaker mode is, right, is it's a big conglomerate of corporations. You know, you have Disney in there, you've got everybody doing their whole best practices thing, right? But some of them are TV manufacturers. Well, isn't that a massive conflict of interest? If I make the TV and then I decide what the best practices are, and then in addition to deciding the best practices, I create other picture presets, and it feels like a way of just trying to say that something can look worse when it actually doesn't, right? And so some modes like standard will look really worse than they normally would. So it's a way of de-optimizing and forcing you to filmmaker mode. But then what if you don't want to use filmmaker mode because it's dim and then it's really ugly and it doesn't look good and it's just the typical Rec 709 garbage? Well, therein lies the second problem. I am the only person, knock on wood, maybe somebody comes out of the woodworks, I don't know, but maybe somewhere in like Indonesia somewhere, I don't know, there's some really talented chap out there, right? I'm the only person I know of that works with wide color gamut, DCI-P3, Adobe RGB, BT 2020 with the SDR exclusively. I cannot see a point in taking SDR and leaving it in Rec 709 because, well, so it was shot. Like, dude, I really, genuinely, I wish I could get you guys to talk to some filmmakers, bro. Like, talk to them. They will tell you, like, we don't give a shit. Some projector guys even have known about this for years, about, like, BT 2020 and SDR. It's not a new concept. It's just the popular AV YouTubers are the most incompetent ones because they're the ones that like the status quo, and I get it. Here's the game. I'm going to give you the game. If you want to be an AV YouTuber, I'm about to spill all the tea right now, and you can do it right now. You can make your money. You can get monetized. You can get successful. I'm going to tell you how you do it. Open up a YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel, all you have to do is get ISF certified or hang out with people that are. You sit there and you push reference accuracy. That's going to be your credibility. That's going to be your claim to fame. That's the only leg you have to stand on. You never have to show open door tests. You never have to actually prove your results. All you got to do is say, I'm a professional. Show some expensive equipment. Maybe look like you know what you're doing with it. There you go. Now start reviewing TVs and say, I'm an ISF professional calibrator, and I've got, this has a delta error of it. Just talk the lingo, dude. That's all you got to do. Walk the walk, and you'll be right there with them because that's all they're doing now. Go watch any of their podcasts / live streams. That's all they fucking do. They sit there and they try to use credibility from 30-year-old standards. They don't do what I do, where they go beyond reference standards and give you something you actually want to see. Because I tell you right now, I run these polls, and none of the polls I ever put on this channel are pointless. I always probe you guys to ask you what you're actually thinking. And you'll say things like, hey, I prefer a warm picture over a cool picture. But I also don't like Expert 2. That means you'll never like a professional calibration because 9 times out of 10, most of them are done in Expert 2. And it's like understanding the consumer market is how I like to build my settings, how I like to build everything based off of feedback, generating what people want to hear. But they don't do that. They go off of numbers. It's a postulate to them. You can never go outside of what the computer says. The computer is the law. And a human being treating a computer like it's definitive is ridiculous. Like, there is a human element to us all. You will see this screen differently from the way I will and the next person when you watch it back on your phone. It's just, people have different vision, different focus points. I mean, there's so much, right? And so my theory with all of this is that, sometimes it is what it is. But my whole point in saying all that is just to kind of give you guys the game and let you guys know what people are doing. Now, I just seen this. Shout out to Nesquick Reborn, brother. I see you. Drop $20 into the stream here. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. And we got a nice little dancing here. Yo, that's a snazzy little fella right there. Look at him go. Hold up, let's go back down there. He says, "You are amazing." And then we've got the nice little dancing jazz character. That's really cool. I love these things. These things are like so fun. They're all animated and happy and cool. So I thank you, brother, most definitely. Super appreciate you, man. And of course, you've got one of these. Look at that. Hey, yo, my wife is on point, though. Hey, Nesquick, she put a lyric out there. That's so sick. Reads, "If I had $1 for every hater I had." And we know how that ends. I would be a rich man. Bro, that song hits so hard, bro. Like, tops. For sure, for sure. It's fire. It's pretty heat. I'm not gonna lie at all. Like, yeah, that shit bumps for sure. So, yeah, I appreciate it, man. Most definitely. Like, you guys are awesome. Let's get back into some questions now. I know you guys are probably trying to hear what we got to say. I just got another super chat here from Sam Hine. I appreciate you, brother. You said, "Gotta jump off. Keep it going." Or wait, keep on keeping on. That's the one. All right, finally got it after a couple of tries. There you go, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. God bless you. Have a great night. I know you gotta hop off, but I thank you for coming out, showing the love, showing the support. It really means a lot to me, man. And I'll see you in the next live stream, most definitely. So we've got some more questions I want to try to get to. We've got, let's see. My parents still got old school Sony Bravia 3D still running good. You said don't know the model number, but it's 3D TV. Lucky, man. Man, those 3D TVs were legit. I still got like the Samsung FH6030 from all those years back. It's a 6 series, but it was like my first 3D TV, and I was like really about it back then. It's a cheap little 46-incher, but you know what it is. And then of course the W800B, which is my 3D TV as well. Like, yeah, I still like 3D TVs. I don't know why they got rid of 3D for HDR. Like, if they bring back anything, bring back 3D, man. That made movies fun. Like, HDR to me is just like stupid. Like, to me personally, some people really swear by it, but like, I've compared it to like taking SDR, applying Adobe RGB, applying DCI-P3, and really trying to get the picture to look a certain kind of way, which is, I don't know, good, right? And it takes off way beyond what I saw when I was watching HDR, which at best HDR can be good. I have seen good HDR, but I haven't seen HDR that's just like, whoa, rework the wheel. Everything I know is a lie. Like, that's not, so I don't know. That's just my thing with that. But yeah, man, that U8G for the price is crazy performance you get. Crazy performance you get out of that thing. Most certainly and definitely for sure. Shout out to Nesquick for dropping another 20 in the chat, man. I appreciate you, brother. You got a guy on the goal. I appreciate it, brother. I super love these fucking things. I'm like a nerd for these like little, I don't want to say chibi, but they're like these weird little things. Like, I don't know what they did, but they made them really like animated and like super fun. They're super cool for sure. And then we've got Surfer 8210. Thank you so much for your donation of $4.99. You're just chilling there, hanging out with this like little flower plant guy, and you're just let's see if we can get it to focus, showing the love, man. And of course, we got a little bunny for you too, man, courtesy of Mrs. Q. And can we just give a shout out to Mrs. Q in the chat for being kind enough to write all of these out, man? That's super cool, man. I appreciate it for sure. All right, so we've approached the time segment where Mrs. Q is giving me it's time to wrap it up, time to go be with the family. So I'm going to try to speed through as many questions as I can. I'm not going to read names or any of that stuff. I'm going to blot off as fast as I can, and we're just going to get to it. So if I get a super chat or anything like that, I will read them at the end. I'm not like, putting you off to the side or anything like that. I'm just going to really try to get as many of these questions answered as I can. If I miss your question, please ask it like in the VIP community tab or something like that. But I'm going to do the best I can to get through all of these. Okay, so we've got, is the S95B worth jumping from the U8G? Wait, why would you go from an S95B to the U8G? I wouldn't do that. No, that's not a good deal. No, I wouldn't do that at all. Is the S95... No, I got that one. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. No, not at all. If you have an S95B, that's like a great TV. You don't need to upgrade to the U8G. No. Not unless, of course, you don't want burn-in and you want, like, brightness, but no, typically no. Installed some settings into my bro's TV from Q. He comes back into the room. What the fuck did you do to the TV? Why does it look 10 times better? Yeah, that happens a lot to my wife. She'll come back to the room all disoriented, like, did the TV get better? What did you do? What did you do to it? Like, and I love that. It's always the most rewarding feeling. So I love hearing that other people are going through that same emotion that my wife goes through for sure. Do you have any experience with sound bars bouncing between the Bose 900 and Sonos Arc? I'd say top 3: Sonos Arc, Sony X, what is it? The Z9F soundbar. The Bose 900 is fantastic, and I actually like the A7000, I believe is the model number of that one. I think it's a really good sound as well. So those are like the top 4, I guess. We've got more questions in. So S95B or C1/C2? I personally went with the S95B because that was something that I really liked, but I would go with the C1 if money was like an issue or something you were concerned about. But if you want color, like the best color of any TV right now that I've seen, S95B, dude, you've got to do it to yourself. Got to. It's rewarding. Unless you watch sports, because the motion on sports is a little choppy. Oh, and if you're watching PS5, motion is choppy, like jittery. If you're on PlayStation 5 and you have a Samsung S95B, do not stream using the PS5. Use your Xbox instead, because the Xbox does not have that problem. So yeah, a lot of trial and error with that, but yeah, most definitely. Shout out to Nesquik. I appreciate you for donating again, brother. You're on fire tonight. I really do appreciate it. We've got what does this say? I'll check. Of course, love you, fam. I appreciate you. We've got sir. It's what we're here for. I appreciate your handy cart. Mrs. Q rocks. Shout out to Mrs. Q. I appreciate all you guys giving a shout out to Mrs. Q. I didn't actually expect you guys would do that. Super kind of you. Thank you for that. I would say at this point, yeah, we're like a 2-man team, but you know, outside of you guys, that's all we really have. So all the love and support that you guys can give is you know, it helps us out and keeps this independent operation going, as you know, and I love it. All the comments, all the love, you know, because you got to understand, we're still people, right? So like we come in out of work, right? Like I get off of a job, right? Because I'm a photographer. Anybody who wants to know, hi. Okay, you get off of a job, and it's really stressful because, like, you know, you have clients that want to stiff you. Like, it pisses me off. Okay, you do the work, you're sitting there for fucking 8 hours on a job. Bitch comes up to you like, oh, I don't like that photo, so now I don't want to pay for. Like, what do you mean you don't want to pay? You don't like one photo out of the fucking 900 you got? Like, you're not getting that for free. So it's always like that kind of thing, and it's just like you know, you have no idea. So when I come on to YouTube and you guys are like supportive after a hard day of work of doing this, some days I'm working like 17, 18-hour days just doing YouTube and this, and it's like, bro, it's rough. So like your support is like that one little like, hey, keep doing your thing, or like, shout out, man, you're on your grind, keep doing it. Like, that really helps, man, especially after like a long day of work, bro. So like you could imagine, right? Like, so I appreciate it for sure, most definitely. You guys are fantastic, and that's, you know, that's what I wanted to say. So yeah, I appreciate it. You still, by the way, is that the S20 Ultra you got? No, this is the S20 FE. My S22 Ultra is not in my hands at the particular moment. Shout out to new member Agmar. I appreciate you for stopping by. Mrs. Q wants to go out for dinner with that chat money. True story. Everything that the channel makes, I put it right back in the channel. I literally can't afford to do anything like with the channel's money. Like, it's because you have to understand, you guys will come to me with specific requests, right? Like, oh, I want to see, like, for example, the S95B versus the A95K. That comparison costs thousands of dollars. Thousands. There is no possible way I can't do that without my money and crowdfunding. Like, it's so much money. Like, And no, we're not. Yeah, yeah. I know some people might think like, oh, it's just like a cash cow line in your pockets. Like, not at all, dude. Like, it's not how it works. It's like there. I mean, like unless I'm gonna stop doing TV reviews, there's just no way, man. There's just no way. It's a hard thing to keep up. So I appreciate all the help, but nah. Besides, I like taking her to dinner on my money. It's nice. You know the rewarding feeling of like working for a client and you come back with like a wad of cash and you're just like, I just made like 5 months and a day. That's fucking great on this one wedding. And then you're like, what are we gonna do tonight? And then you're like, we're gonna eat. We're gonna eat and eat, and you just stuff your fucking belly. Like, you know, that's always nice. But also because it's a commission-based job, because of course not everybody does weddings all the time, you have to space that shit out. Otherwise, when I was like first starting photography, I was dumb. I would blow all of my money on lenses and gear and all that shit. Bro, when I tell you, be sitting there with fucking ramen noodle packs, like, well, I done fucked up. You know, you live, you learn. But you get what I'm saying, man. Shout out to Pavel. I thank you again for your donation of £3, man. I don't even know what that is in US, but I know it's more than what we make here. I believe, yeah, British pounds are way more than what we have. But I appreciate it all the less. Are you thanked for, you said, thank you for dropping by, fam? Oh, you're talking to somebody else. I got you. Awesome live stream. Keep it up. I appreciate that, man. We've got, you're welcome, brother. Thank you, Nesquik, man. I appreciate you for sure, man. 100%. We've got, do you plan on seeing what's new, what Hisense has to offer? Absolutely. You know it's going to happen, man. I can't wait to get my hands on Hisense. I really can't wait. Like, I can't wait to see it. Now, full disclosure, all the Hisenses that I'm going to get, I'm going to be paying for. Hisense is, like, they've ghosted me. I'm like a dead person to them. They won't return any of my emails, and I haven't really tried for, like, months to email them after, like, 2 missed emails. That's just kind of the person I am. If I get ignored, it doesn't take too long for me to figure out, I got you, that's what you're doing. So, like, I don't really care one way or another. But it's one of those things where, like, yeah, I'll get my hands on some Hisenses, definitely. I'm excited to see what they have to offer, even though, like, I got a little ghosted. It's cool. It is what it is. You speak the truth, so you earn good comments. Any new settings for the S95B? I'm always working on improving these settings, so I know for a fact the S95B could probably go a little further, and I'm trying every day to get there. It's just time related, but nothing just yet. Nothing new just yet, but I am working on that. We've got, brother, I'm sitting on 1,008 hours on my LG C1 when I ran the pixel refresher cleanup tab. Or when to run the pixel, or no, don't touch the pixel refresher. Don't do that. No, it'll do it by itself after, I think, like 2,000 hours or something like that. I believe it'll cycle all by itself. Don't even bother with it. I had it happen on my Sony A8G already. Don't worry about that, for sure. And I appreciate you again, Nesquik, showing the love, man. 99 cents, bro. I appreciate it, man. Absolutely. Get a couple of Arizonas, bro. Like, I'm just messing around, but you know what I'm saying, man. Like, I appreciate all the love you were giving, and all you guys, man. Like, but seriously, thank you guys. For real. You guys are awesome. We've got one last question today. That's all I have time for. We have just got the C1 83-inch based off of your reviews. You said recommendations get delivered and installs in 2 weeks. Can't wait to try your settings. Yeah, I mean, I hope that you reach out and you give feedback. And all of you guys watching, like, feedback is how these settings get better. Let me know what you want to see, what you're excited for, what kind of content you're watching. That is huge. I know I say that a lot, but these settings will change dramatically based off of what you're watching. For example, I love anime. I'm watching Crunchyroll, but Crunchyroll won't look the same on PS5 as it will on Xbox, as I mentioned earlier on the S95B. This changes from TV, this changes from device, and there's a lot of moving parts to this. So your feedback, the more you sound off with what you find, I can do so much more with that information. So when I say give feedback, I really mean it. Like, if you've got the time to spare, definitely let me know. But that being said, I got one more. Okay, I got one more question. Mrs. Q handed me another phone. She says, you said, brother, where did it go? It just, Thanos snapped out of existence. Where did it go? Starts with a Z. Okay, brother, I'm sitting on 1,008 hours. No, I already got that one. Yeah, I already got that one. Mrs. Q in the chat. We've got, Let's see. Message deleted by Handicart Mexican. Ah, I see. I don't know. I feel like I've recognized that picture before. That Repsion? I feel like I've seen that person before. I can't remember where, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. I don't know. Message deleted by Handicart. You guys don't delete anything if it's not bad. I didn't see it, so I trust your judgment 100%. And Nesquik showing the love, $1.99, $1.49. You're showing the love, man. I appreciate it, man. You guys really don't have to do any of that for me, but I really am humbled that you guys would take the time to show the love, participate in these live streams, be a part of the conversations, give the feedback so the settings can improve and we can take them even further, unlocking more levels to the TV. I'm a bit of a nerd if you haven't noticed. I really love sitting here until 5 o'clock in the morning, playing around with settings, looking at it it's not good enough. We can take it even further. And then I love the reactions you guys have when you finally see all the hard work pay off at the end of it. So that for me is always the reward, and I love it so much because it's that's one of the biggest reasons why I do it. I love the fun. Display science, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, I do got to go. Mrs. Q is looking at me. I got to get to the family. But I appreciate all you guys. Thank you, Nesquik, for donating again. I'll be back on same time next week, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I really, seriously, guys, thank you guys for everybody who has stopped by, shown the love with these super chats, livening up the chat, making it a lot more fun, engaging with conversation, asking really good questions, and doing what we do best, man. This is what it's all about. Thank you for watching. And until the next video, I will see you guys later. But before I go, I want you guys to be safe out there. Don't do anything crazy or reckless. I know a lot of things are happening in the world, and there's a lot of emotions running around. Just relax, be cool, be calm, be safe. God bless you guys, and that's all I got for you for today. Take care. I appreciate your super chat again, Nesquik. You're showing up. I appreciate you, brother. It's time I go eat dinner, hang out with my girls.